SBN Sports Business Now.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Sports Business Now Live. I'm your host, Holly Koski, and Sports Business Now Live is a weekly wrap-up show where we talk about all of the hottest topics on sportsbusinessnow.com. And as always, joined by Jonathan's actually behind the cameras today, Jason Cole and Max Huber from Row 27.
Hey, Holly, how you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Doing all right.
As the cannon is
poppin'
open.
smoke.
Yeah, glad to be here again.
Good. Now you're going to be a mainstay on the show, I think.
I apologize to anybody who's watching.
Whatever, Max, whatever. And as always, you can join the conversation on Twitter using the hashtag SBNow. And today's show is pretty sales slanted, I would say, whether that be through ticket sales or promotions. So we got some good stuff for you. And starting off with the Phoenix Coyotes' new ticket sales promotion called the GOALden Ticket, which is actually really cool. It's basically you purchase one of two packages. Either the first package, which is $100, gets you up to 10 games, and the ticket becomes, I guess, invalid after the team gives up 5 goals at home, So it's interesting because they can potentially see all 10 games for $100 if, they really go on a defensive, stance with not giving up any goals. And the second package is 25 goals for $250. So they currently have a goals against ratio of 2.6 right now, which is smack dab in the middle of the league. So technically, if they follow this trend, the package one, people could see 2 to 3 games for $100, regularly priced $75, therefore saving $50 to $115. Lower level seats, great.
It's an awesome promotion.
Yeah.
I find it really exciting, to be honest with you. I think it's a cool idea, especially if a team that, they've obviously needed to make efforts to sell tickets over the years within the NHL. Mm-hmm. It's not a market where everyone grows up there. Phoenix itself is a tough sports market, yet alone growing up there playing hockey. So it's a really cool promotion.
Yeah, and
it'll help the crowd be all the more louder when you're, doing a defensive stand on a power play.
Exactly. And the $250 package for 25 goals, you could potentially save $500, which is kind of crazy to think about. What are your thoughts, Max?
You can obviously with either one of these packages, you're going to be hopefully get your money's worth, and you're going to get to see a lot of hockey, and you're going to hope for a lot of defensive games because you're going to want this to keep going and to keep going and to go to all those games. And to have a defensive stalwart out there and to have your goalie stand on his head, you're going to want to see shutout after shutout and just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, especially with package one, if you think about it, the likelihood of them giving up 5 goals in one game is pretty slim. So for $75, you could go to a regular game, or you could pay the $100 and probably see 2, probably 3 out of it. So kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, and the PR value of having a promotion like this out there is huge. And props to Ken and his team down there.
Troop.
I'm assuming, Ken Troop. I'm assuming he probably was pretty instrumental in coming up with this sort of promotion. He's a really innovative guy.
And do you think this would only work in markets such as Phoenix, that's not a hockey market? Or
I think it would work anywhere. I just think your ROI is going to be drastically different when you're talking about a market like Phoenix or Florida, or the Florida Panthers or whatever it might be, compared to a market like Minnesota. Here the Wild are doing a great job of drawing people anyway. It's the state of hockey, so it's different from that perspective. You probably want a different price associated with it, but it's a neat promotion. I definitely think you'll see it replicated in some places.
What about college sports, Max? I know you have kind of a college sports background. What do you think?
I definitely think that this could work at a number of different places. There are schools that have a tough time selling. You go down to Omaha, and they have a 16,000-seat stadium. So this is definitely something that they could implement.
In terms of hockey?
In terms of hockey, yep.
No.
When you go, just speaking hockey, if you look at a place like the University of North Dakota, they don't really have the inventory for anything like this. Going into the basketball realm, I mean, there are so many schools, you see them on TV or major college football games. You know, obviously you'd have to tweak the logistics about it, but there are seats to sell. And if there's any way that you can get these people in there, and then you know that they're probably going to buy concessions, that they're going to buy the merchandise. So you might take a hit on the ticket price, but hopefully those teams will make it up in other revenue.
Well, that and at all the other sports, when people are purchasing this ticket, you have the opportunity to go ahead and make sure you're getting extra information on them.
Right.
Because it's a special promotion out there. I mean, people aren't going to be inhibited by giving away a bunch of contact information or other details about themselves. So that'll help you go ahead and profile things and hopefully convert them into mini plan and season ticket buyers in the future.
And that's a great segue in terms of college basketball. Northwestern University actually instituted another kind of unique ticketing platform. It's called Purple Pricing, and it's Dutch auction style. So it really rewards those people for buying early, as you know, so it's a high price, say 4 days out from the game, and then it just decreases all the way until game time. And then it will refund those people the difference of what they're originally bought for, and then what the final price was. So let's say you bought a ticket for $50. If it goes all the way down to 10, based on demand, you'll get $40 back.
Well, I imagine you're getting a $40 credit more than anything else.
Right.
I mean, it's great for the team at this point in time. You're giving people,
Yeah, I
money
doubt
sitting
they're
in their
getting
account.
like cash back.
Yeah.
The
And
finance
at the door, I don't think
the
they're handing
finance
out
department
20s.
would have a heart attack if they're just writing checks and
Yeah.
giving them out to their fans. Like, here's free. Oh man.
Well, yes, so it's expected to be tested 2 games this season, one of which is expected the sellout game, which is against Ohio State on the 28th, and the lower demand game against Penn State, which is, I believe, their last home game, March 7th. So, it could make it harder to sell tickets, just single game tickets, as far as the front office is concerned. Just because, if an opponent goes on a run, you can't really predict that. But it also, the secondary market makes it a lot less attractive, keeping that money in-house rather than, to the StubHubs, the Ticket Cities, things like that.
And for those people that are out there that, try to get the best deal, they're going to wait, and they're going to wait, and they're going to wait. And hopefully for the team that they sell out and that person, obviously they miss out on it, and there is that chance. But a lot of frugal individuals might just wait on this, and I don't know, it could end up hurting Northwestern, especially on that budget amount. But I don't know, it'll be interesting to kind of see how it works. And, they've got these 2 games, like you said, Ohio State, top 20 team in the country, so they shouldn't have an issue with that. But when you get somebody like Penn State,
That's a hard game
Yeah,
to
it's a
sell.
hard sell.
I think March 7th will be the proof in the pudding, so to speak, in the promotion to sort of see what ROI or what results came out of it in any case study. With Ohio State, I mean, it's going to sell out.
Right.
Yeah.
The Dutch auction is definitely a new concept. It was actually thought of by one of the economics professors of the universities. So kind of cool to really incorporate your professors and staff into solutions to help increase sales and things like that.
For sure.
There really should be more of that. Having worked in an athletics department on a college, the integration of the academic side, because they're very smart, they're doctors.
Right.
So it's neat to see that.
Yeah. So staying in college, the University of Florida Alumni Association actually made an interesting move and released a deal on Groupon where they would sell 2-year memberships for $40 and $50 a piece, excuse me. And what do you think about this? I haven't seen an athletic department fundraising team go to Groupon to try and sell these kind of things, more or less just the actual athletic departments selling tickets.
I'm surprised it's taken this long as how many people are using Groupon. I've seen alumni associations do a young alumni to try to get them in, and they give them that 2-year discount. But this way, as big as social media is and as big as discounts and sites like this are, like I said, it's kind of surprising to me, but it gets that individual into the system. They're going to reap the benefits of it for that year or two. And then if they don't have those benefits anymore, once they're supposed to pay full price, they're going to miss out on it, and hopefully then they're going to go purchase that full price amount and become a Gator Alumni Association booster for life.
Yeah, one of the biggest struggles you have in any fundraising activity, no matter what type of organization it is getting people into the beginning of the funnel, getting people to give that first dollar or join for the first time. And that customer acquisition experience is always your number one cost center. So this is really innovative, I think. I mean, they have 830 people that have joined the association now. My guess would be over 90% of them are brand new. So they're adding 700 people to – they're obviously covering their cost of being a member of the Gator Club at this point in time, but into that fundraising pipeline for future solicitations and involvement. It's brilliant. And, I mean, as much as Groupon has been looked down upon at different points of over the last 3 or 4 years for selling tickets or devaluing your product. In this specific case, I think it is really being used from an acquisition perspective and probably going to be really effective. If you look at the 10 years out, what the lifetime spend or donations of this entire cohort of people is going to be.
Yeah, and it's a deal if you think about it. 2 years, and then they kind of lock them in for an extended period of time. And like you said, with the return on investment. And it's also an interesting athletics kind of tie-in, too, because there is that aspect where you can go to the tailgates before the Florida games for free. That's included in the membership. So it's another kind of tie-in to the athletics department.
It's worth $40 by itself.
I would say so. Yeah, it's cheap. I was surprised that their alumni association is that cheap, but
the joint benefit too. I mean, you're going to get probably like a family membership for like $50. It's a great deal. Like Jason said, it's going to rope these people in. They're going to see the benefit of it, and for the alumni association, it's getting those people in the door, and then they just have to do their part in keeping them there. Right.
And then now to the promotion aspect side of the show a little bit. I personally love this. This is great. Utah Jazz are rewarding their season ticket holders by giving them a waffle iron. That's right, a waffle iron, which, you know what? They can now brand their breakfast with the Utah Jazz logo. I have seen the MLB, license out for toasters. I've seen toasters, anything to the grill stick, imprinting
True
the
branders.
Exactly. But, this is kind of neat to give out to somebody. It's one thing to sell it and license it, but to give it out to your season ticket holders, I thought was great.
I think it's pretty neat. I think, judging by how it came out, it looks like it's a unexpected gift for the season ticket holders as well. So I imagine it was fairly low expense for the team to be producing all these waffle irons or something in a licensing partnership. But the real neat thing is you're doing something unexpected, giving that wow factor, that sort of warm, fuzzy feeling to a season ticket holder right when you're heading into renewals, which is always a wise thing to do, whether you want it to be a waffle iron or
Snuggie, warm and fuzzy.
or a little stuffed mascot. I mean, that's neither here nor there, but this was pretty unique.
It's warm and fuzzy in your stomach. You're going to get it's really just the uniqueness about it, because like you guys said, I've seen a toaster, but the waffle iron, personally, I'm a waffle guy. I love waffles. So I saw this earlier, and I was like, this is great. People are going to be able to make breakfast. If there was basketball tailgating, this would be something great for it. But teams have to think outside the box, and they have to think of giveaway items that are going to benefit their users that they might have never seen before. So something like this is outside the box. It's different, and fans are going to remember it, and people are going to probably hold on to it for a long time.
Right, and it actually got a lot of pub, too. USA Today did a story on it. So, I mean, you don't really think of the Utah Jazz, and as a huge, obviously they're not a major market, but, when NBA teams come to mind, you don't think of the Utah Jazz. So definitely a great thing to bring, your brand top of the line and front of the mind and things like that. And I also thought it would be cool to do almost a whole event out of it. So maybe make breakfast for all of your season ticket holders, or
pancake breakfast, only waffle breakfast for
or a waffle breakfast.
You could even something that would be kind of fun is like a cook-off where you it's not just about the waffle, it's about the toppings, because that's a lot of times what'll make a waffle. And so do this whole promotion around the breakfast, and you get celebrity chefs from Salt Lake City. I don't know how many celebrity chefs they have in Salt Lake, but I'm sure
Salt Lake's a
some.
pretty hip town, actually.
Never been there,
It's
but
pretty cool.
get those people involved, kind of do something creative. You're going to get the press, you're going to get the publicity, and you're going to get people involved. So, I mean,
Yeah, I love
something
that
different.
idea. Or you could also do like a culinary night where you're giving away aprons to a game, and I mean that has sponsors written all over it, to kind of get.
Absolutely.
And then as far as ticket sales, you could sell tickets to restaurants or things like that. So there's a lot of avenues that the Utah Jazz could go down with this, but definitely very cool idea. Have you seen any other really promotional items? I know a lot of minor league teams are great at that, but anything come to mind?
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Max.
I've seen some outside the box ones, but none that really. I mean, this one also has value. It's something that you can use. It's not just going to be a bobblehead that you put on the shelf or a T-shirt. I mean, you can wear a T-shirt, but this one you can actually make breakfast with it.
Right.
And I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know there are some like that, but it really is something that people are going to use and they're going to get a value out of. I get so many promotions that I've gotten through the years, and I put them in a box.
Right.
I just leave them some there. It's cool for a little bit, but this one has staying power.
Right. Just add it to the crap pile of promotional products.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you. I know, Max, you have a flight to catch, so
Yes.
we will let you go. But thank you for joining us today on Sports Business Now Live. And you can check out the replay on our YouTube channel. And be sure to check out sportsbusinessnow.com throughout the week. We'll see you next week.
SBN Sports Business Now.